Hey YouTube, Hannikin here with Geek K again. I had a real treat for you this time. I actually got a box in the mail. It wasn't a subscription box, but it was something I really wasn't sure what it was based on the size of it. It was actually like on the outside labels, but it was just a brown cardboard box, which turned out to be uh, Heroes of the Storm Mystery Mini Set. Um, And I went ahead and I recorded the unboxing of all the minis and everything and whatnot. And something happened with my camera part way through, and I think the battery messed up or something, and it lost charge and it stopped recording. So unfortunately, I only have part of the unboxing portion of it. I'm not sure that that I can really work with the editing to make it work for some of them, but I'm gonna have to end up doing a lot of the individual characters after the fact, after I've already opened them. I'll try and recreate some of the insights that I had at the time, if I remember, but I'm not going to be able to obviously get it as perfect as it was. It was a lot better, I promise you, than this one. Because I do have some of the footage, and I know that footage at least was good. But I'm doing a new setup as well. I completely moved everything around and trying something else out to see if I get better quality audio as well as better quality video. I'm still working. There's obviously still some kinks. I'm still playing around with stuff, technology, causing problems all over the place. But we're gonna try doing this redo this one without actually showing the unboxing portion of it, but hopefully it'll still be a good video. So let's delve into it, shall we? So obviously, the Heroes of the Storm, if you're not familiar, is a Blizzard game. This is one of their newer games, but the cool thing about Blizzard Heroes of the Storm is that it's actually pulling all of the heroes from all of the other games that Blizzard has, the games that came out before Heroes of the Storm, obviously. So even if you're not or haven't played that game or aren't a fan of that game, there's at least one Blizzard game that you are a fan of, then you're going to get characters from in this series, which is really cool. I'm a huge Blizzard fan. I love their games. I love the work they do. But I'm not a fan of all of their games. I'm not a WoW fan. I love Diablo. I like StarCraft. I play StarCraft a lot. I'm not as into StarCraft as I am Diablo. It doesn't mean I'm not heavily into StarCraft 2 as well. But let's go ahead and start opening these, or start reviewing these, and see what the characters look like, right? So I've broken it up into the different character sets. Last time I went through when I actually did the unboxing, because I'm not familiar with WoW, I did not know a lot of several of the characters. So it made for some interesting insights into the characters, because I'm reviewing them based off aesthetics rather than based off of what they're supposed to be character-wise. So I'll try and emphasize some of the same points if I remember correctly. But let's start with the Diablo series, since that's my favorite. So first up, we have a witch doctor, and I'm going to do close-ups as well, don't worry. Not sure how I'm going to do them, but they'll be in there. Yeah, I mean, it's on the site that I found that was talking about the write-up or whatever for the set. It was saying that this was actually a Diablo 2 character, which isn't. I'm a Diablo, more of a Diablo 2 fan than Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is okay. It's just too much. Diablo 2 or Diablo 2 is where it was at. That's what got me into it. There's a witch doctor character avatar that you can play in Diablo 3. In Diablo 2, there was not a witch doctor. There was a necromancer, which was similar, but not anywhere near what the witch doctor is in Diablo 3. And this looks like the character from Diablo 3. So I think the article that I read was wrong in saying that this was from Diablo 2. I don't think he really knew anything about Diablo other than the fact that it exists. But I digress. This is actually a really nice figure. He's got his little head here and like the feathers, and there's lots of detail. I love the detail on these minis. They're amazing. But all in all, it's a really good figure. All right, moving on. Next up, we have two more Diablo figures, and these are, of course, my favorite two figures of the entire set. So first up, let's start with the Angel Tyrael. Again, in the article, it gives him a random name because he doesn't know what the heck it is, because he doesn't know anything about Diablo. He just calls him Angel with blackface. Yeah. Not my words, I'm quoting the article, people. But yeah, I really love this. I love the contrast of the really dark. Can't really make out any details within the hood. It's just a flat black surface, contrasting the white hood. That's amazing. And then you have like black feathers in the back, and obviously his armor and the white and the gold and this little sword. And I don't know if you can make it out here, but I'll show close-ups. The actual wings, which are the Diablo 3 style wings, obviously, because they're the flowing kind of wings. They curl down at the bottom, and that's actually the base for the character, and he kind of floats, which is really cool. And I really like that concept and that idea. That is awesome. I really love this character, and I kind of wish I don't have the pop vinyls yet. I'm in the process of tracking them all down and whatnot, and budgeting it out to acquire them. But from the pictures online, this is actually way better than the vinyl figure, just because of the fact that he's floating. I don't think the vinyl figure is. But yeah, I love this figure. It is amazing. As far as like paint marks and everything, it's not too bad. The paint job's pretty decent. There's some minor mold-ish like problems, but yeah, it's really cool. Moving on. Next up, the demon himself, Diablo. This is also a really cool figure. I really love this figure. That's actually one of the soul stones in his head. So they actually did, their due diligence and research and whatnot into Diablo. I will give them that, and actually made it look legit. I'm not sure if it's the same way in the vinyl or not. Like I said, I don't have it yet. I will eventually. But again, another great figure. This is probably him and Tyrael are my favorite two. Like the other ones, meh. Like I'm not. There's a lot more WoW figures, and like I said, I'm not a fan of WoW. There are quite a bit of StarCraft figures, but I think they could have chose better molds for them. But the Diablo figures, at least Tyrael and Diablo, they nailed. I'm not a fan of. I don't play Witch Doctor in Diablo 3, but the mold for it, the character itself, it looks amazing. So I think they really did a good job on the Diablo series characters in this set. Not as much on the StarCraft ones. They could have their StarCraft ones. Their faces are really plain, and obviously they're the more humanized. So maybe that makes sense to them. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, in Diablo, his face is painted on too, but he has the detail in the mouth and everything else. Whereas with the StarCraft characters, we'll see they're not that way at all. They're just painted on, and it looks kind of lame. Same with the WoW figures for the most part as well. I love the Diablo figures. Awesome. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and let's move on to the WoW characters and get them out of the way since there's more of them. Oh, and by the way, I did actually get the full set now. I guess they're actually, with the minis, Funko is actually, if you buy the case, you get the full set, and I bought the case, so 12 boxes, 12 figures. I think their intent is to do, like with the vinyl ones, chase edition versions or exclusive edition versions of the minis in the sets that you can only get maybe from stores, rather than some of the other companies that will do the rare editions as part of the set and make, instead of you getting the entire set, you only get like maybe one or two of the rares in a set or something like that. But I think Funko is going in a different direction with that because they have the ability, because they have more reach and more, they're actually in retail stores, which most of the other companies that release the big name companies aren't in retail stores for the most part. So next up is this. I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about the characters. I think this is one of the races in WoW that you can play. And if I butcher the name, I apologize. It's Tauren, I believe. It's some kind of bull. There are Tauren in the Diablo world as well. So I think I'm pronouncing it right, but they're demons that you fight. And they're only in Diablo 3. They weren't in Diablo 2, which means Diablo 3 was inspired by WoW, which maybe that's why I don't like it as much. Yeah, it's a really weird looking kid. He's like a rock and roller. He's got his guitar or his axe, and it's actually an axe. He's got a pink beard. Pink beard is just weird because it doesn't fit the character. Cool. Nothing against pink, I guess. It's weird seeing a pink beard, especially on a bull. He's got two more guitars on his back, a little tail, and the Pick of Destiny on the top of his guitar. I'm sure it's not supposed to be the Pick of Destiny, but it looks like the Pick of Destiny. But if you don't know what the Pick of Destiny is, okay, I'm going to wait right here. You go look that up right now. Because, yeah. Anyway, now that you know what the Pick of Destiny is, it looks like the Pick of Destiny. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool. I mean, that makes this a little kind of a cool figure for me. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, all right, moving on. Next up, we have two different renditions of one character. I don't exactly know what this character is. I think it's some sort of boss or demon from the WoW series. When I first opened it up, I thought maybe it was they were trying to make the Butcher from Diablo. And if they are, someone please correct me. But the article that I read said that this is a WoW character. Like I said, I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't played WoW. But, I mean, all in all, I mean, it looks like, you know, a monsterish, demonish guy. And again, kind of like the Diablo one, his eyes are painted, nose are painted on, but he's got detail in the mouth, which makes it a better figure than I think the StarCraft series. Just the detail alone in the face is a lot better. But yeah, he's got these little hooks and this little cleaver, and his blood splattered, and his guts are falling out. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool figure. He's got like 3 arms, and yeah. So this guy, and his other mold, and this is what really made me think it was maybe the butcher, because he's dressed as a butcher. Like, he's got the hat and the frying pan and a bunch of sausages around him, and even his hook has the sausages on it, even though they're spiked sausages. It's kind of interesting. And he's got a big drumstick for a weapon. Apparently he's French. He's got a French-ish beard, mustache. Or maybe he's a pirate. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Cool. He's got a little apron on. Okay, yeah. Oh, he's got like a little oven mitt too. What do you know? So yeah, another version of that guy. Next up, this next character. I actually know this one just because I've seen the trailers. But it's the Lich King from WoW. And again, like, the detail in his face is just painted on, but the detail in his helmet is like legit. I actually have a mini Lich King figure already that I got in a mystery crate or a subscription box. It was either, I believe it was in Geek Fuel, but it might have been in Loot Crate. One or the other. Those are the only 2 I had at the time. And I thought that was from this series. But apparently it's not. Which, I mean, I pointed out in the other video, and I haven't had a chance to look it up because I immediately wanted to make this video after I realized that one was broken or not complete, whatever. Finding out where that came from and looking for that series if there's more or whatnot, because I actually like the other one better because it's more stylized. This is the Lich King that I got in the other series. He's got these little cute little legs and his big ass head and like little itty bitty arms, and his sword actually is, comes out, and the detail on the sword is amazing, and it's actually like kind of sharp. And his helmet, I love the stylized nature of his helmet. More on this one. And his face is actually sculpted, and he's got the actual like big, and it's actually a jewel in his helmet. Like, it's clear, you can see through it, and it's bluish and whatnot. Like, I think the sculpt on this was 10 times better than the one on Funko. So he's got the gradient on his cape. I think the frail cape on, they did the cape a little bit better on the Funko figure, but I like the fact that I like the gradient on the cape. It's really, really cool looking. But obviously this isn't part of the series, but I wanted to show the difference between these 2 figures. So I'm definitely, as soon as I'm done with this video, going to be looking for that. I think it might actually be from Blizzard, because it says Blizzard Entertainment, and it has a Blizzard logo on the little stand that he sits on, etched into it. So I am going to scour the interwebs for these figures next, and try and track those down and post it when I do. So that is all of the WoW figures. So let's move on to the StarCraft figures. And before I do this, I want to, you actually seen my reaction, and you actually seen everything in the other video, and I'll post that as those part pieces as well into this, because they actually made it into the recording. One of the figures that I opened from the StarCraft series was broken. I did actually, like, when I went to grab the figure, it slipped out of my hand and fell into not the figure, the box. Like, this actually fell. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was pretty much the noise that it made. That's not exactly how it happened, I might have broken it that way, but I don't think that I would have. It is a smaller figure, so it was probably moving around in the box which is one thing, and it probably could have the shipping in hand. Like I said, it takes a long journey to get to me when I purchase something. And let me caveat this right now before I get into anything else. It took 3 days. 3 days, 3, to get to me from ordering this. And I'm nowhere near where the return address on this box is. Like, I'm on the other side of the world almost. Like, it's far away. And because, I mean, I ordered it from Amazon, but they have different, stores and everything like that. It got to me in 3 days. And my shipping normally, it takes like 2 weeks to a month to get to me if I order from anywhere. Amazon's usually pretty good because they have regional distribution centers that maintain stuff if you're buying directly from them. But the third party, entities, what? 3 days. I ordered this 3 days ago. That's crazy, insane. But the tail end of the shipping journey that gets to me, because it obviously ends up in a P.O. box because I live in the middle of nowhere and I can't get mail delivered to me, and I have to pick it up. But the last step, when it gets to my local area, and then from there to the post office, the shipping, the handling of packages from them is known to be really bad. But the box was actually not in that shape that it came in. So there were no dents or anything in any of the boxes. So I didn't think, I'm not sure if there was just a defective figure from the get-go from the company before they even packaged anything or whatever. Don't know the story. I obviously had really, really bad reactions because of all of these figures. This one that I'm going to show you right now, enough preaching, was probably one of the 2 favorite figures. And that is, of course, the Stealth Nova Kerrigan ghost figure. And yeah, I'm very disappointed. I mean, you get 2 of them, two versions. You get the ghost one and the camo invisible one and the normal one. Again, I don't like their faces, detail. I wish they would put detail into instead of painting on, but I digress. Still a really, really good figure. I like this one better than this one, and it's broken. The head just busted off. Annoyed. So now I gotta go out and I don't know if I'm gonna go through the hassle of having them replace it because it's a $7 figure and might just tag it on to another order that I get somewhere somehow. And I mean, not only is the head broken, but the ponytail is almost gonna fall off, which makes me think that it's not me because when I dropped it, it was literally like a sound. I don't know if you heard that. It was literally it literally fell straight to the floor. Landed on one side, so I don't think that this hair could have busted off and the head. I think that's a shipping problem, so we'll see. I'm going to talk to the company when I get a chance that I ordered this through, seller feedback, whatever, and see if I can get them to send me some sort of compensation or replacement or whatnot. And then I'll let you know how that goes when I do the review of Amazon on their website. But yeah, this is the Nova Ghost Camo Edition. And then getting onto the actual figure, I'll cover the mold and everything on this version, which is the painted version. I actually like the figure other than, like I said, the face. The glasses or goggles on top. The hair is amazing. I love the hair. And the armor looks really cool. The little gun she's holding, it's not really big enough, personally. It should be a lot bigger because her gun is like the same size as her body almost, but in the game. But yeah, this is a really cool figure. This is probably maybe my third, maybe my fourth, I'm not sure. Both of my favorite two figures, well, since that one's broken, and I'll count that as one since they're just different paint jobs, but all of the Kerrigan figures are my favorite. I don't really like the other figure that they chose, but this is a really good figure. So let's cover the other Kerrigan figure, and that is, of course, the Queen of Blades figure. One thing I wish they would have done is put in, instead of, so the last figure I'm going to cover, last two, are actually, I believe, Jim Raynor, even though the article called them something else, just Soldier. Obviously, it doesn't know anything about StarCraft. I believe it's supposed to be Jim Raynor. I don't like, and it's literally one mold, two figures, different paint jobs. I don't like any of the paint jobs. I don't like the face. I don't like the fact that the visor is up. On the pop vinyl, it's down, and have, you know, the skull on it. None of that is on these figures. They're very bland and plain and whatever. I'll get on that later. But I wish if they were going to do a, I wish they wouldn't have given me the extra WoW and have given me the extra StarCraft, because more people are in StarCraft. That is by far their largest franchise, I'm sorry to say. Mainly because of Asian. But I wish they would have done another version of this, like they do in the Pop vinyl. In the Pop version, you actually have the future version of the Queen of Blades. Spoiler alerts, StarCraft 2, she's the original campaign, the Zerg campaign. She's, or not the Zerg campaign, sorry, the Terran campaign. She's the Queen of Blades, she's the bad guy, this figure. The next version, she actually reverts, at the end of that, she reverts back to human. Well, in the expansion that came out in the Zerg edition, she goes back to being Zerg, but she becomes a super powerful Zerg. Fast forward to the newest, third version, she becomes like even more powerful, the most powerful character of the universe. They actually have that version in the Pop, but they don't in this one, and I prefer that version more because her features are more humanistic. There's a better blend between them and whatnot, and there's a glow to her skeletal structure, which isn't addressed here. It's kind of addressed in the Pop vinyl, but I wish they would have actually included that rendition in the series, because that would have been epic. And we will see when I look for the Blizzard edition whether they did. But yeah, I still like it. I still like the Queen of Blade as a character. Again, I hate the head. The face is horrible. They should have sculpted it in some detail. But all in all, it's not a bad figure. I really like the figure. Like I said, between this and Nova, this is probably I probably enjoy this one on StarCraft the most, just because I love Queen of Blades, I love Kerrigan. Yeah. All right. Soapbox over, moving on. Jim Raynor, new soapbox. Okay. So, first up, we're going to go over this version of Jim Raynor. The box art's misleading, because he actually is in the black armor on the box, and that's what he wears in the game. This is silverish, steelish, same color as gun. So, gunmetal version, which does not wear, not an accurate paint job. And his face is retarded. It's a crappy paint job. No detail. It doesn't even look like him. Cartoonish. What the balls? And maybe Blizzard's supposed to have their own. They want them to be as good as their figures. I don't know. Not sure. But I do, it is still a cool figure. I don't know if they have a figure in the Blizzard set for him. We'll see, and I'll do a side-by-side comparison when I get them. This is the better of the two Rainers. The silver one because it's closer. The next one is just bonkers. Don't understand it. So put that one aside and get into the alternate paint job. I don't. What the hell? What the hell? America? F yeah. What? Why? It's painted on wings. It's just retarded looking. Where does this come into play? In the game? Nowhere. It's a random paint job. It's not. He's not Iron Man. He's not War Machine. He's not the Iron Patriot. Why does he look like Captain America, Iron Patriot, red, white, and blue? I mean, I like red, white, and blue as much as, the next guy, I guess, but it does not fit the story. It's not accurate. It does not fit anywhere in anything related to, unless they're going way back to StarCraft 1 and I'm missing something, because it was so long ago, I don't really recall a lot of the storylines of that in the original games. But it's in StarCraft 2 armor. Like, what the heck? And Queen of Blades is from StarCraft 2, even though not StarCraft 2, for Nova. Yeah, I don't get it. What the hell? You totally dropped the ball on the StarCraft figures. I don't know why, but you did. I love the Diablo figures. Awesome. I would have liked to see maybe another Diablo figure. I would have probably put in something from Diablo 2. Yes, they're probably trying to promote the newer game, so it is Heroes of Storm, so it might not be. These are all from Heroes of Storm. So maybe he has silver armor. Maybe he has this in Heroes of Storm. I haven't played it. But still, bonkers, retarded, ridiculous. Why red, white, and blue? Why not black armor? I don't know. And like I said, I'm soapboxing because these are Heroes of Storm characters, and they did what they could work with. I'll have to do more research into that game. I have not played it. I'm not a MOBA person. I got that kind of time. But, yeah. I dropped the ball. Someone dropped the ball on the StarCraft characters. And I would have loved to see way more Diablo. Way less WoW. I love the picture. Or better, different characters for WoW. Like, there are some really, really, really good characters in WoW that I've seen just in the promos alone. Lich King was awesome. I loved it. By far, I love that character. This weird butcher thing? What? Who? Why? I don't want a monster. Like, I don't buy games for the monsters. What is that? It's this rock and roll bull with the Pick a Destiny thing and the pink beard. Random? Yeah. Better character selections, I think, could have gone into this, but again, there might be limited on Heroes of Storm, so I don't know where to place the blame on that. Blame on someone. Whoever. And if it was, coming from Blizzard, then I really can't blame them because they probably chose to give them the less popular characters so they could be people, but they did Lich King. I'm confused. Whatever. All in all, I enjoyed, the unboxing. I enjoyed these figures because Diablo was amazing. Tyrael was amazing. Kerrigan was, cool. Face sucked. So, Series 2, please, please, please. I know they're not listening, but everybody in the world get behind me and yell at Funko to make them put more detail in the face. Ugh. for the humanoid stuff. Like, they did, all the other ones are fine. Just add more detail in the face for the humanoids. I think, like, I like how they did the mouth with paint on the eyes. That actually looks cool. Do that with the humanoid ones, please. Like, cover up Rainer's mouth. Like, Rainer doesn't even need a face. Paint on the decal. Put his visor closed. But okay, I'm done. Done soapboxing. Moving on. So, some announcements. We are getting towards the end of the month, or the middle of the month, so we should start seeing some subscription boxes roll in. I think I have 4 boxes coming, maybe 5, or 6. So let's just do a quick review. Loot Crate's coming, and there's an additional side purchase box or whatever that I got that should be coming as well from them. Geek Fuel, still got that one that for now that's coming. And then we have a nerd block, my first nerd block that gets ordered is on its way. Which I think I might have seen a spoiler on that one because someone already got theirs. And then another one, new company that I just heard of that looks amazing. I spent a week on their website after I signed up. Like, yeah, it's a company called Pop in the Box. If you're not familiar with that, if you're in the US, go to popinthebox.us. The website is meh. And if they're watching, hit me up. I will. You don't even have to pay me. I do web design, web development professionally, user experience design, and whatnot. Your site, for what it does, is awesome, but it needs some work visually and interactively. Hit me up. I will tell you if you see this. If not, whatever, I'll spend. But I love this company, and I haven't even received the box yet. That will go on top of my love if it's good. So the concept is, Pop in a Box gives you pop figures only. Funko figures only, rather, but specifically focusing on props. But they do have other lines of robes and whatever. But basically, you can figure it all yourself. And what I mean by that, they have a list of all the figures that exist or that they know of, and it's ever expanding. They keep adding more to the list. You go through there and you flag the ones you don't want. Hey, don't like these. Thumbs down. You flag the ones you have. Hey, have that one, have that one, have that one. It puts a list together of the ones you don't want and a list together of what you have. You can use that list of what you have. That's like, kind of like a profile, tag it, link it to yourself on social media and whatnot, so other people can see what you have for like Christmas ideas or whatever, which is which is really cool. But the premise is, since they know what you have, they're not going to send you those. Since they know what you don't want, they're not going to send you those. So from what's left, they will send you from there. And you can upvote and say, I like this one, I really like this one, and I really like that one, and I really like this one. And they will be more likely to send you those ones. Furthermore, you can customize how many items you receive. So for like $9 and change, $9 to $10, you get a pop figure. One pop figure. That's how it works a month, and I'll send it to you. You can customize it from 1 to 12. Price goes up in multiples of whatever the first one is. So it's even, Stevens, like you're literally just subscribing 9 times almost. But, what it is each pop figure that you get, like 1 to 12, you get entered in the contest to get additional items and prizes. So if you do get the 12, you actually get better chance to get additional items, which they might throw in an extra. I don't know how that works. Maybe they throw in an extra pop figure, or maybe they throw in because they have like the combined sets and stuff, which are money obviously, and they have the 6-inch figures and whatnot. Maybe they throw some of those, one of those in. Maybe they throw in. They actually have the detailed statuesque 12-inch figures for the bombshells. they might actually throw some of those in, because you can go through and say, hey, I like these on those as well. They have the plush figures, they have the fabrications, they have adorbs, they have everything. And you tell them exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want and everything that you have, and they send you, you don't get duplicates. Now, caveat, I have seen some reviews from other sites saying that you can if you purchase something after shipping. It has already happened, which makes sense because time travel. I don't know. Anyway, that will be coming as well, so be on the lookout for that. And that might be separated up into different boxes from what I've seen from others based on, whatnot. But regardless, be on the lookout for that. And I'll have links to all this in the comments section or in the description. As always, thanks for watching. If you like something about this video or you didn't like something about this video, comment below. If you have questions, if you have anything, just want to say hey, hit me up in the comments. I'll get back to you. If you like the video, please thumb up, subscribe, say so in the comments. As always, goodbye.